Violeta Parra Sandoval was an extremely talented Chilean artist most known for her folk music. From the early age of 12, she started composing her own music and had a natural talent for artistic expression. Beyond her incredible singer-songwriter skills, she was a poet, painter, sculptor, ceramist, and embroiderer of arpeas or burlap. She was a social activist who voiced her political views through her art. Born in 1917 to a family of 12 in the region of Ñuble, Chile, Violeta's childhood was full of hardship as her family struggled to support themselves. With her father who taught her how to play music passing when she was 14, she spent time traveling around to places including restaurants, cafes, and the circus to play music and song requests to earn extra money for her family. Violeta performed along with some of her siblings and her brother Nicanor, who encouraged her to further explore traditional songs of the Chilean countryside as she followed her musical career. Parra helped to reintroduce authentic folk songs and revitalize Chilean culture in the face of modern capitalism. During the 1950s, she spent time traveling throughout Chile and was able to incorporate the influence of folklorists into her own compositions, providing a deeper awareness of the inequalities that existed in rural communities as well as overall struggles that Chile was facing under neocolonialism. She even hosted a successful radio program that helped to highlight folk from these places and instilled a sense of nationalism in the face of westernization. The revival of folk music exposed the reality of modernization and quickly gave way to a new genre of folk that was a direct rejection to this reality and a call for change. Violeta's music soon became the sound of Latin American folk revival and its evolution into Nueva Canción. Many view Parra as the mother of Nueva Canción as her songs exposed Chile's social, political, and economic struggles. Her songs, influenced by her interactions throughout the years, detailed the unjust treatment of minors, the struggles of indigenous Mapuche communities, and the hypocrisy of the Catholic Church, among other things. Nueva Canción lyrics spoke explicitly to issues such as poverty, imperialism, democracy, human rights, and religious freedom. This movement helped to create a Latin American identity as it portrayed the lives and emotions of people facing political and social unrest in Latin America. Violeta had ties with members of the Chilean Socialist and Communist parties, including support for Salvador Allende's political involvement to become Chilean president. After years of social and political unrest, the eventual win by Allende was seen as a new opportunity for the country and region. Violeta Parra's music became a driving force for political change and the desire for freedom of expression, especially after her death, and her contributions left an impact on the possibility for revolution. In Violeta's song, Arriba Quemando el Sol, she reflects on the harsh conditions that miners in Chile endured and the sense of dehumanization that exists doing such labor. In Araco Tiene un Pena, she sings about the destruction of the Mapuche people and their culture after Spanish colonization. Most importantly, though, she highlights how the repression of the Mapuche still continues without the Spanish and calls for the spiritual leaders of the past to rise against the continued mistreatment by the Chilean government and people. The song La Carta is a direct attack on the authoritarian powers of the government and for its violence against its own people, which include the incarceration of those who speak out against oppression. Violeta's music reflected her life under such tumultuous conditions in Chile, and because of this, her music was not accepted by certain people or radio stations. Despite her struggles, in 1964, she became the first Latin American artist to have a solo exhibition at the Museum of Decorative Arts of the Louvre in Paris, where she exhibited her arpeas, oil paintings, and wire sculptures. All this she had seen the peasants do during the tour she made looking for popular songs. The arpeas she created were symbolic of the messages that she created through her music. Her piece Contra la Guerra represents possible concerns about the missile crisis in Cuba, as well as border problems between Chile and Bolivia. Complementing her lyrics, the American peoples, who have them so separated, I don't want war for a piece of land. Parra was an incredible artist, but suffered from serious bouts of depression that led her to take her life at the age of 49. Because of this, her music and legacy has been especially significant in not just Chile, but globally. After the 1973 coup that led to the rule of dictator Augusto Pinochet, the playing of many Indian instruments was outlawed in an effort to suppress the new song movement. Despite this, Violeta Parra's songs were played and sung in retaliation to Pinochet and were sung in political detention centers by prisoners. In commemoration of her birthday, the Day of Chilean Music and Musicians is celebrated in Chile. Her two children, Isabel and Angel, became great musicians themselves and helped to continue the powerful messages of Nueva Canción in bringing about political change and awareness today.